morning, everybody. I hope y'all having a great day. I know it's early in the morning, but it ain't as early as I used to make them. I actually slept in till 7 o'clock this morning and thought, "More, it's time to get up and get moving." I woke up and got moving, and you know, I tried to make some videos about 7:30 this morning. Uh, didn't go so well after about 5 or 6 attempts, maybe a few more than that. I decided I'd just wait and try again later. So here's my trying later. You know, if y'all enjoy the content of my videos, if you wouldn't mind sharing these out, Facebook, Twitter, wherever somebody may be interested, a link to a friend or a family member and an email. Yeah, and if we could get the community uh, expanded where we get more comments and things, that would be really great. Haven't seen a Bible verse in there in a bit, and so I'm missing that a little bit. Well, the last couple videos have not got much of any comments. I do have one woman, thank you very much, that comments, and I definitely look forward to seeing them. And there are some other ones that comment quite regularly, and thank you very much. I know people have things going on in their lives, and sometimes, you can't always watch a video, or in my case, make a video. Um, Things get hectic at times and get stressed, and there just ends up being a lot to do sometimes. And so, if we just get on while we can and do what we can, sometimes this is a de stressor. When you get busy on things that maybe aren't so pleasant, but have to be addressed, or you have a lot going on, and it's just stressful with everything you have to address in a short period of time. It's nice once in a while if we can just stop and watch a video or make a video or respond to a video. Um, take time for yourself and take time for your relationship with God. Um, I know sometimes I get so busy and things, and I get so much on my plate that I forget to make time for God. And, after a couple days when I'm like stressed out and I really need to call on God, I realize, had I been calling on Him during that time, uh, not only would our relationship between God and I be stronger, but it would also, He would be been giving me more relief as I went through the days that I maybe not really moved away from Him, but just didn't make it a point to keep a good, strong relationship with Him. So, when we get busy, when we have things going on, when we don't have time to do some of the things that we find are helpful to de stress, it is nice if we make it a point to build on our relationship with God, or keep it strong, keep it active, make it a point not to put Him on a shelf and say, okay, I'll come to you when I need you again. Because, He's there waiting for you all the time. He's there waiting for me all the time. And I know when I put Him on the shelf, and maybe not meaning to, or not intentionally, or not even consciously sometimes, but just getting so wrapped up and so busy in the things that need my attention, or that captivate my attention without me realizing I'm not giving any attention to my relationship with God, things don't go as well. And if I stay on my relationship with God, I'm a much happier person, and I'm a much more organized and much more successful in what needs to be organized. So, uh, my relationship with God sometimes, when I set it aside, when I just get so involved in whatever's going on in my life that I forget to include Him and lean on Him and ask Him to help me get through it. The things that happen that I have no control over when I'm so involved in what's going on and don't ask him for help tend to get away from me. They tend to become unmanageable. They tend to be more stressful. But when I stay on my relationship with God and I do um, definitely make time for him and make sure he's a part of my life and make sure I include him in the things I do, the choices I make, the decisions that will be positive and to help keep me away from maybe the decisions that won't be so positive. Uh, Keeping him in there is a really good thing. Keeping my relationship with him. And relationship with him and stressful things don't have to be stressful in a bad way. They don't have to be things that are stressful that's causing grief. You know, um, God at that time too is he's there for us. He'll help us keep things organized and keep things moving and whatnot. So if we don't abandon God during our stressful times, He'll get us through our stressful times um, a lot more productively and without as much stress. He'll help us organize. He'll help us uh, achieve what we need to achieve. He'll help us get to what may be the end results, be it good or bad, in a more positive uh, way, a way that maybe we wouldn't get to if we didn't keep our relationship with God going all the time. You know, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to thank Him for the good He's done in your life, and even when things are grim. I know right now things are not always the best for me, but making sure I praise God, making sure He knows that I love Him and I understand He's there for me are good choices. And I do tend to get wrapped up in what I'm trying to accomplish and forget to ask Him to help me through it. When things get rough, then I start realizing I put my relationship with God on the back burner, and I need to get that up here and put this problem on the back burner. And if I do that, or if I can keep him, up front and a big part of my life and keep a good relationship with him all the time, then uh, I tend to find the things that were more stressful before just aren't as stressful. They're just easier to deal with. It's easier for me to come to some kind of positive results, so to speak. If I let him lead, if I keep him in my life, if I keep our relationship strong and current, he will excuse me, he will lead my life in a positive way. Y'all get to see my early birthday gift now. This is from Sandy. If you need to pause on that to read it, it's really beautiful. Yeah, that's just this was my early birthday gift. Well, I got a lot of early birthday gifts, but she said this one was the big one, and she is right. When I seen it, I think my chin dropped to the floor. It was so beautiful. It still is, for that matter. I rotate the top so one time, so this is out front two or three times that I can see when I drink from it, and then this, I see when I drink from it. And I just kind of go back and forth. And man, I love it. It's great. So I drink a lot of tea. I can drink probably close to a gallon of tea a day, which is probably too much. But uh, I'm, I, I just enjoy my tea so much better now. So I think sometimes I drink my tea just to see my cup. So anyway, y'all, I hope you like the cup. I was talking about, keeping a good relationship with God all the time. And, excuse me, sinuses, no. Uh, this weather, my hair already, it doesn't sit well. Some of it's because it's trying to learn its shape again, and I'm letting it grow, which I hadn't done in absolutely years. But also with all the gray, which I didn't know until the last few months because my hair was so short. Now that it's long, I realized that gray hair has a totally different texture and takes a totally different kind of shampoo um, to get it to tame down at all or be soft at all. And I I kind of got softer hair with the shampoo I'm using, but I think when this bottle's empty, I'm gonna try another one. This is the second kind I've tried, and now I'm fixing to try a third one soon. So, um, anyway, I I do need to call on God as often as I can. I need to spend as much time and make as big a point as I have to make within myself to keep my relationship with God going because He does help me. Every day He helps me get through the day. Every day He helps me uh, with the stress I've got going on or with the things that need my attention. Excuse me. Um, there's quite a few. You know, I know I talk once in a while about Sandy needing a little bit of things, that require some appointments and stuff, and I don't really get into it. But she has been diagnosed with some things that are going to need a lot of attention over the years, and probably more as we go on. And my relationship with God, sometimes I get busy making appointments or um, contacting uh, doctor offices or things like that, and I start putting God on the back burner. And the thing is, if I could remember, and that's really not an excuse. So you shouldn't have to remember God; He should just always be there. But if I could keep Him up front all the time and not get so wrapped up in the things that I need to do, He would help me through them things. He would help me get through them a lot easier, and a lot more productively. I know I get distracted from God with other things I got going on in my life. Um, Uh, I don't really want to go into detail, but I have a family member that's they're not doing well. So that's had me wrapped up, and sometimes I'm just so stressed out and so tired, just wore out. Uh, that I don't actually get on here and make a video, and sometimes I just need the rest. If I would keep God up front and keep Him, uh, in my mind constantly, if I kept our relationship so much more current, that it was just always there, no thoughts about it. Sometimes, you know, I think things would be a lot easier. And sometimes I just don't do that, and I just get so wrapped up in all the stress and chaos and things that I get away from keeping that relationship every day, every day, every day. Um, the verses in the comments, the inspirational things in the comments and that sort of thing, they really help keep me on track. They really help me keep God up front and keep my relationship with Him current. And I you don't really see it on here as much, but when I do these videos and I talk about God, and I let everybody know how much I love Him, and how big of a role He is in my life, you know. I come off of these videos when I make them with just a huge, huge smile on my face, and um, I'm very happy with talking about God, you know. And when I get away from them and I don't have time to make the videos, or I'm just too wore out to make a video or from everything going on, excuse me, the smile on my face starts going away, and my attitude changes from so happy and so accepting to all the things in life, good or bad, and knowing that God is there to help me get through them. You know, so when just got a bing on my phone, you probably heard it, distracted my thought. But when I make these videos, it helps me keep a good relationship with God. When y'all comment, and the more comments, the more it feeds my heart, the better relationship I have with God. And it's not your responsibility to feed my relationship with God. That is all on me. It is my choice. But I take away and then maybe feed my relationship with God wasn't actually the best way to put it. But I take away such positive thoughts, that there are people that really enjoy listening to what I have to say about God, and I gotta believe that it makes people feel so much better, y'all, the viewers. Especially the ones that come back. It's gotta be doing something to make you feel good enough to want to come back and watch, and that just warms my heart. And when I see your comments, and especially when I see when people put Bible verses up there or inspirational quotes up there or anything in the comments, it just I look these Bible verses up every time one's listed, and I see it and I read it. I look it up. I have a channel I go to on YouTube. I don't have their permission to mention them. So, and I may ask for that one of these days, and see if I get a response from them. But it's an audio Bible that I listen to, and they have the words so you can read along with them reading it, which I'm not a super huge reader. I do pretty good, but a lot of things, a lot of words I get kind of mixed up because there's too many words that sound different, but they're wrote so close together in spelling, or they are wrote the same in spelling. It's the English language. It's probably the most difficult language there is. But when I see them Bible verses, when I see them inspirational quotes that are also positive, and when I see people write in the comments about their personal relationship with God, that just fuels me in a positive manner, and it's nice to see. And so, like the last few videos, I have one of my loyal commenters on in our community because this is for you too. This community is for you too. And I see them, and I actually look for them, look forward to them. And when I see new commenters or somebody that just comments occasionally, it's just exciting. It's exciting to see somebody that hasn't commented for a while comment again because I know they're still enjoying the channel, and I know they're still, you know, feel good about sharing what's going on in their heart with Jesus Christ. And so when I see new commenters like, yes, welcome to the community. And if for some reason you commented before and I haven't replied, or you comment now and I don't reply, it isn't because I don't want to. It isn't, anything like that. It's because I didn't see the comment. Right now, I think I catch pretty much most of them. But, sometimes there is a fair amount of comments, and I may miss replying. So, and I don't mind if you do not agree with me. That is fine. Everybody has their own opinions, but just be polite about it. And I may not say much, and if your opinion is mine, I probably won't have a argumentative rebuttal because that's just not productive. And this channel isn't about, you know, fighting on here and hassling. That takes away all the positive. So, I have had a couple of comments that have been kind of different in my opinion or kind of trying to bait me into a discussion, and it's not going to happen. God is here for all of us, and He's here for the ones who comment like that too. And you know, the best I can say is when you open your heart to God, you'll realize that He's good. He's great. And in the meantime, I'm not going to shove Him down your throat because if you're trying to become argumentative about Him or see if you can goad me into uh, something, some kind of disagreement that gets aggressive, that's not what love from Jesus. That's not what God's love is all about. You know. So I won't put anything more probably than welcome to the community, and you're welcome to comment. Just keep it polite. I don't see a sense in arguing over something and trying to shove something down somebody's throat that's not ready to hear it. You know, I know this is a bit longer video today, so too, but anyway, I do try and comment. I do try and reply to all the comments. So if you comment and I don't, please don't feel like I'm trying to ignore your comment or I'm trying not to not to say anything. It is at some points it starts getting to be a bit of a conversation in there, and hopefully y'all can comment back and forth, and then if I miss one or it's been there for 2 or 3 days before I comment on it. You won't notice so much that I haven't, because maybe there'll be somebody else in the community that has. So, and like I say, this is our community, and if there's a way to go check, you're welcome to check. I don't make a dime on these. I know a lot of people have monetary channels, so the more views they get, or more shares they get, or likes, or whatever, they make money on them. I do not. I have not signed up for a monetary channel. I'm not in this to make a buck. I'm in this to share how I feel about God. Oh, I get a sometimes I get a tingly feeling when I talk about God. I don't want to make money off of God's love and me sharing His love and me sharing my love for Him. I would rather have little to nothing like I have now and be happy than to have loads of money and spend every night when I go to sleep hoping God lets me into heaven just because I spread His word, even though I spread it for greed and not for love. I'm it just doesn't make sense to me, knowing that that is wrong. God doesn't want you trying to make a dollar off Him, and you know doing it. You're committing what I would be committing a sin, you know, to try and make money off God's love. So when I ask for these views and these likes and these shares, it isn't gaining me anything monetary wise. All it's doing is asking to spread this out so we can get as many people in the community as we can. And the more we get, the more comments we get, the more intermeshed our comments will become with each other. And the bigger and more positive group we'll have sharing God's love, sharing verses in the Bible from Jesus's works when He walked on earth. When we share about the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and we get some of the feelings I get, and I don't know who says you don't feel God's love, but yes, I feel it physically. I feel it physically. Sometimes when I'm making these videos, it's just like it overwhelms me. And anyway, I'm going to get off here. I'm at the end of being able to make a video and still be able to share. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Stay safe.